Hey guys, welcome back to Wayno Reacts. Today we're going to be watching the new deleted scene for The Batman featuring the Joker. What's up guys, welcome back once again. I'm Wayno and today we're going to be watching a deleted scene that was dropped by WB through the Rattlata website. You have to answer a few questions correctly. No big deal. The questions are pretty straightforward. I'll go ahead and show you the video of me answering those questions while I explain so you know the answers. But when you do answer all three questions correctly, just like before, they would unlock a prize for you. And the prize this time is none other than our first official really good look at Barry Keoghan's Joker. We had a brief scene at the end of the film, obviously, where we got to see him kind of clouded in shadows. We couldn't really get a good look at him, and I think we're finally gonna get our first look at the Joker in this scene. So without further ado, let's get to it. I'm excited. I want to see this. Let's go. The haircut though. Dang. The back of his head looks all scarred up or deformed.
Present.
Oh,
Almost our anniversary, isn't it?
There's a serial killer. I want to respect it.
First anniversary games, paper. What makes you think I come so cheap?
I thought you'd be curious.
You think I could offer this stuff?
Don't you?
You have pictures.
oh yeah, that looks bad. His hands.
It's violence. It's so baroque. Oh, he likes little puzzles, doesn't he? So meticulous. Like he's been planning this his whole life. I know who he is.
Oh. Oh, I see.
He's a nobody. Wants to be somebody. The mayor, the commissioner. He's got ambition.
You think his motive is political?
Oh, no. This is very, very personal. He feels these people have all wronged him. Probably goes way back. Unhealed wounds, stolen lunch money.
Why is he writing to me?
Maybe he's a fan of yours? Or maybe he's got a grudge against you too. Maybe you're the main course. Any theories?
Not yet.
Really? You're normally so ahead of the curve. But something is different this time. This is very upsetting to you.
Let's get back to him.
Why? You're so much more fun.
I'm not here to talk about me.
What are you here to talk about?
I want to know how he thinks.
You know exactly how he thinks. Have you read this file? You two have so much in common. Masked Avenger. he's even more righteous. Oh, you afraid he makes you look soft?
Oh man, this is such a different take on the Joker. There's that laugh.
I'll tell you what I really think. I think you don't really care about his motives, whether he loves or hates you. I think somewhere deep down, you're just terrified. Because you're not sure he's wrong, huh? You think they deserved it, huh? You think they deserved it.
His face looks horrible. Jesus. Whoa, dude. Man, this Joker really feels like the maniacal, manipulative Joker from the comics. The one that just really gets in your mind and can almost persuade you or control you just at his will. He's so intelligent. And that's what's something that the on-screen Jokers have looked over. They've always leaned into how psychopathic he is, or how just, you know, the laughing and the carefreeness of the character to an extent. And they're definitely, I could see that in this character. The Joker's very maniacal and just, you know, he'll laugh while doing the most deviant act ever. He'll laugh while he's beating someone to death with a crowbar. You know, laughing during certain situations can be extremely disturbing. And that can be used in a really understated but very powerful way in film. And I think bringing something like that to the character and leaning in on how manipulative and how he always knows what's going on. He's kind of one step ahead of you. That's why he gets away so often. And he's also just such a master manipulator that, you know, that's where the punchline comes into play, because you don't see it coming. You know, you're always surprised by it. And so you think you know what's going on. You think you know his plan. And then there's the surprise twist. You know, he's so good at getting his way with people, even though he's not a huge physical threat to Batman in particular. And it's very interesting to me as well that Batman's coming to the Joker for help. He's obviously not the world's greatest detective yet. And the Riddler may be one of his, you know, greatest intellectual adversaries. So he comes to the Joker for help. And I got mixed signals as far as whether or not Batman has done this before, because when he comes, the Joker says the 1 year anniversary is paper, meaning that either it's been a year since he's seen the Batman, or it's been a year since the Batman put him in jail, or maybe it's been a year since the first time they met. It could be any of those things. But then later on, he goes on and says, this one's different than the others, which means kind of leads me to believe that maybe Batman's, you know, come to him for help before with other criminals, and that the Riddler is really different than those criminals were. It's a really interesting take on the character. Barry Keoghan is like, and that's what we needed, something different, you know, something really, really different. Matt Reeves has spoken a lot about his take on the Joker character and how he wants that to be different in interviews.
I wanted to create an iteration of him that felt distinctive and new, but went right back to the roots. So he's kind of very much out of the Conrad Veidt sort of mold. And that idea of the silent film of the man who laughs, he's got this congenital disease, he can never stop smiling. And I was like, well, maybe there's something here where it's not something where he fell in a vat of chemicals, or it's not the Nolan thing where he has these scars and we don't know where they came from. What if this is something that he's been touched on, that he's been touched by from birth, and that he has a kind of congenital disease that refuses to let him stop smiling, and he's had this very dark reaction to it, and it's made him, he's had to spend a life of people looking at him in a certain way, and he knows how to get into your head. So this idea of him being very kind of incisive and brilliant and being able to get into your mind and basically having this kind of nihilistic point of view that sort of like from his inception, from his birth, life has been a cruel joke on him, and this is his response, and he's eventually going to declare himself as a clown, declare himself as the Joker.
It's really, really interesting, and I would love to see where we go after this. Another thing I noticed was all the scarring on his hands and on his face, the back of his head even. He really looked like he'd been dropped into a vat of chemicals, but that doesn't go along with what Matt Reeves said. He said he didn't want to go that route with the character, that he wanted to go a different route. So I'm kind of confused about where all the scarring comes from. Why does he look as disfigured as he does if we decided not to go that route with the character? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you on board with Barry Keoghan's take so far of the Joker? Do you want to see him in a Batman sequel? And if not, what do you want out of a Batman sequel? Drop your comments down below. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more videos. And as always, I'll catch you back here for more Reaction Action.